So the idea of the power of yes is basically saying yes to things that are unknown to us and that we maybe want to try out, want in our life, or maybe we don't know if we want it and we just might be a little curious. So over the last few years, I started saying yes as often as I could. And my world just opened up like crazy. I started to learn new things, I started to meet new people, I started going to all these different places, and my perspective just started to increase like crazy. I used to say no to so many things. And I thought about it as like, wow, I'm just saying no to things, and this way I can say yes to only the things that I want. And while that makes a lot of logical sense, it does, and it's great for business, but I started to find that my life started becoming very, very expected, started becoming very, very routine, and that I wasn't getting surprised anymore. There wasn't this excitement. And the weird thing about it was I actually wanted to try so many new things in my life, and just like many of you guys, they have like a bucket list. I want to try this stuff, I want to go to this place, do all these things. But then you ever think like, we've been wanting these things for a long time, but how come it doesn't happen? Like, how come we haven't ever tried it? I mean, is it time? Is it money? Is it lack of opportunity? And I find that in reality, it's none of those things. That's not the reason why we haven't checked off the list of things that we could have done, and really start to live. The reason why comes down to what we're talking about. Not saying yes to things, because naturally we people have this fear of the unknown. We feel so comfortable with things that we're familiar with because we know what to expect. We know what to do if something happens because we've done it before. But the things we haven't done before, we don't know what to expect. We don't know how it's gonna feel. Anything could happen. And a lot of times, personally, even for myself, I used to go ahead and find myself coming up with negative what if scenarios. And they're legitimate, I'm like, oh, well, if something goes wrong, this could happen, and this could happen, this could happen. Nah, I don't think I'm gonna even try it. But in reality, are those things gonna happen? There's a chance. But if you look at it statistically, not really. Most people don't experience those things. But there's a chance, and that chance causes me not to try, causes me not to say yes. And then over time, I started realizing that I was actually my life was being stopped by fear. And so the power of yes is overcoming the fear and saying yes to things that we are unknown, things that we may have never tried before and we have no idea what to expect. But just kind of going for it and just not being afraid. And feeling that no matter what happens, we got this. Whatever situation happens, whatever we experience, we can handle it. We have handled our life up to this point, and we will handle our life for the rest of our life. And we don't have to worry so much about the unknown, about the unfamiliar. And so if this speaks to you guys, if you find this to resonate to you in any way, then try it out. Start saying yes to some things that have been knocking on your door. Go out and just say, fuck it. I'm just gonna try it out. I'm not saying to be careless. I'm not saying to go and say yes to a vacation when that money needs to go to rent, But what I am saying is when logically things do work out and you're able to try a new opportunity, go do something new, but you just don't feel very comfortable, and we make up reasons, or we just don't feel comfortable, and that's the reason. What I'm saying is in opportunities like that, let it go and just know that it's gonna be okay and you got what it takes, and that the things on the other side will be worth saying yes to.